Hello. I think my mic should be working. Hello, Alexa. Is it Alexa? Alexandra? Hi. Thanks. Thanks for coming. I'm good. How are you? You're excited for today's video. Cool. It was kind of a last minute idea because I was away last week and had a lot of work to catch up to, and I didn't have anything planned. And I remembered an idea I had where I wanted to do an advent of Webflow. Like if you look for uh, advent code, let me make sure I'm sharing the right screen. So there's this thing that happens every year, and you can see that there's only until the 6th day open because we have the 6th of December. And every day there's a little challenge that you can uh, solve. And I thought it would be cool if we had something like this for Webflow, but we don't. And I have too much going on already, so I don't have the time to create like 25 challenges. So I thought it would be fun to at least make the UI for it or something, and we'll just have um, the little boxes that we can open. We'll have fun with that. Let's go Webflow. You never knew such a thing. There's a lot of things with that are like companies that use Advent like you have advent calendars for like makeup or whatever other products that they do sometimes. They do this every year around Christmas, and I think the developer challenges are really fun. It's a fun idea. Yeah, but never thought about the code one. You will check the challenges. Okay. Let me know. I haven't really done uh, the whole thing anytime. I've seen the challenges. They're not very beginner friendly in case anyone in the no code space suddenly wanted to try it. But they are fun. Even if you don't exactly do them, or at least just try, and then look at the. Please start the actual work. Okay, I'm just waiting for people to show up. But yeah. Way to kill the vibe. But I was just cloning the starter project so that we don't start from zero. Mm, okay. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Let me know if this zoom is enough or if I should zoom in a bit more. And then we can start. Right, so the idea is not just to build this thing because it wouldn't be fun to just do another tutorial of how to build stuff with Webflow. The idea is that we will try to use like the components and component variants and whatever Webflow made this year to utilize the different things that came out. So I'm gonna just start simple. Do advent of I'm gonna add the Webflow logo as an SVG. Mm, okay, so we have a starting point. I'll make this like 20. Nope. Yeah, something like this. And now we have the title. And then let's do a div block, which we will call Advent or calendar. I make this a grid of, what did I have in my prototype? 5. Let's do 5 columns. And we can start our first card. Okay. My mouse is being a bit weird today, so if you see my mouse jumping around, that's why. But let's do some space here. That didn't work. Right. Okay, so this every tile that we will have is actually going to be a button, which when we click will open up, and inside it will be maybe a link, maybe we will show a code or something like that. I think I'm just gonna make it like maybe a link, but we will have an image inside, and we can have a different image for each day. And some of the cards will be wider, some of them will be square. So I'm gonna add a custom element, and let's call this window, I guess. Make sure this is a real button. And then I have some colors that I definitely didn't steal from Webflow. We'll use this as the background. And for the border, we'll use this color. And then we'll get some border radius. Cool. And let's make sure we have ratio of 1 to 1. Oh, okay. All right. So we have like the basic card, what it's going to be. Actually, the background and the border, or maybe just the background, shouldn't be directly on here because we want this to open. So this color will be on whatever will be inside the div that we will have inside, and that div will reveal what is actually inside the button. So we'll start by making this relative, and then we'll add a div inside. Let's call this window door. We'll make sure this is absolute, 0 on all sides. Put here 1 just to make sure it's on top. And for border radius, I'll use a custom value, and we'll do inherit, which will make it get the same border radius as its parent. So we don't have to remember or change it twice. And I'll also do the same for here. Let's do custom, inherit. And I think this should give it the same. Let's move it around and see if it worked. Yeah, we have the same border radius and border color. And now okay, now we have the background. Let me just remove this. And instead of this background on the actual card, I'm just going to use something darker. So I have this color here. And I want to immediately see how this will look like when it's open. So we're going to open it by adding a class. So we can already just add a class called like CC open. CC I usually use for combo class. So that's what that stands for. And to make sure the perspective will look good, we're gonna set here a children perspective of 1000. And I'll also set here self perspective to 1000. If I remember correctly, both of these are necessary. Although this should be added not on the combo class, but it's okay. And then whenever we have the CC open, are these broken? Looks like we're having some SVG issue here, but yeah. So we want, we can see the perspective working. So we want it to basically open like this, and that's it. The only problem, obviously, is that it's rotating from the center, but we want it to rotate from this side. So let me go to the base class. I will set this to 1000 again. And we'll make sure the transform origins is on the left. Nice. Let's go back to this one. Let me reset. Okay, let's look at it again. Perfect. So we have this nice opening effect here. We'll open it by this much so that it doesn't go too far outside. And that's it. We can just give this a transition. Let's go to transform. I want it a little slow. Let's do 800 milliseconds. And the basic way this will work is that we will add the class whenever this is clicked, and it will do this little animation. We can already see it working inside Webflow. We still didn't write any code or anything. That's all we need to do. Let me hide this for now because we want to add something in here. Let's see. First, I want a little bit of a shadow to give it a little bit of depth. So let me see what I had in my prototype. So let's do dark color and a lot more blur. Maybe this is too dark. Yeah. Should be 0. And the size. Okay, maybe that's too much. It's fine. I like it. But I do want to increase the border radius a little bit. Yeah, much nicer. And inside we'll add an image. We'll call it window image. Let me see what I have prepared there. Okay. Should have probably exported these before. And I have these poorly named SVGs. I'll just use this one first. So I want the width. Let me check the 100%. Definitely not 100%. And definitely needs to be absolute because we don't want it to be affected. And it needs, let me copy that. So I need it to be inside a div. And I have an image class here that just makes it full width, full height. But I want it inside a div because this needs to be overflow none. And the height needs to be, let me make sure this is at 0 at the bottom, and 0 on the sides. Okay. Actually, let's do 0 on all sides. Cool. All right, so this image will not work. I'll do image wrapper, and this will be the window image. I'll do, yeah, 70%. And the height, I think I'm gonna try to keep it auto for now. And let's make sure this is a flex. I want it from the bottom. Yeah. And this should be a bit further down. I think I'll just use some negative margin for this. And I'll do, actually no, let's do this and use a percentage so that it's always based on the parent and it's a bit more predictable. Yeah, I think we'll go with this. So far so good. We're just setting up the whole thing. What are we missing? We're missing the number. So this is absolute. So we want a number in here, and that number should be both on the card, on the bottom of the card, but it should be barely visible, but also on the door that opens. I'm just gonna use a regular text block. Let's write 1, and I'll call it window number, absolute. Let's do this. Of course, it needs to be much bigger. Yeah. Okay. And instead of 0, we'll do 1 rem from the top, 1 rem from the right. Okay, maybe a bit more on this side and less on this side. Higher up. Okay. And we basically want to copy this into the door. And then this one will have a combo class. Daved, what? Faded. And we'll just reduce the opacity. Yeah, I want it to be like it's imprinted in the back. Okay, so now we have the basic structure that we need. We can show this again. And there we go. So the basic thing of how this will work, before we get into the logic of not allowing certain cards to open, is that this will be clicked, this door will open and will reveal what is inside. Now, so when we start writing the JavaScript, we will be checking what day it is, and then we'll use this number to either allow or not allow the cards to be clicked. So we can do, like, by default, we can set an attribute called disabled. I'm pretty sure you have to set it twice. And this will just not allow you to actually perform the action that the button is supposed to perform. And let's make this into a component now. Called window, create this will be, why can I not click this? Okay, I think, all right. So number, and we'll go to the other one and connect it to the number. Let's add a field for the image. And yeah, for now, that's it. And let me create a few of these. Let's do, okay, something's going on with Webflow, I think. Because my shortcuts aren't working and I can't click. Let me refresh. Uh, okay, for whatever reason, I can't click on the component, but I can duplicate it. Okay. So 2, this will be 3, 4, 5. Let's do another one. Again, it's not working. Okay. So this would be 6. This would be 7. And for 7, I want it to be a longer one. So this is like a week after the month started. I want this to be a bit more special. So let's add a variant. We'll call this wide. And you will notice we don't have the grid settings, the grid child settings that we have. And even if they were here, it's a bit tricky to use them because Webflow adds an ID and you shouldn't have duplicate IDs. So instead we'll add it through a custom property. And we're looking for grid column. And we'll say span 2. Pretty simple. And and I guess on this one, instead of 1 to 1, we need it to be 2 to 1. There we go. So now we can change this to wide, and we have a wide card. Although something is off with the sizing of these things. What is going on? Hmm. Okay, for whatever reason, these are not the same size. I think we'll go with 100% for now. And we'll see why that happens, if that breaks anything. Okay, so now we just need to keep adding these until we have 25. I still cannot click them properly for some reason. Let's just add a bunch. What is going on here? Hmm. This grid is not adding these children directly inside. Okay, I think the ratio is for some reason breaking it, but let's see. Why can I not select this? All right. Don't you love when you get random Webflow bugs? Fifteen, 15, 15. 20, 21, 22. Starting to look nice, yeah. We're slowly getting there. 25, all right. So I want some of these to be wide, so we did 17. I also want 15. Oh, why can I not select it? Okay, so this will be wide. Okay, something is very off because it keeps pushing them further. Let me do the rest and then we'll figure out why. But it's really annoying. 20 and of course 25. What did I miss? This was supposed to be. Did I miss a number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6. Oh, in my design I had this as 3. Okay, let's do 3. I can't even scroll. Okay. So we'll do 3 on this one because it's the last day. Let's call this wider. And we'll do grid, column, span 3. Whoa. Okay. Let's do wider. What is happening? Span 3. Why is it breaking everything? Oh, wait, because it's 1 by 1, isn't it? Yeah, this should be custom 3 by 1. Okay. But it still goes much further than it should, which is very weird. My best guess is the gaps. Like if I do this 0, yeah, that works, but that's not what we want. We need a gap. Should we remove this? Okay, that's very weird. I don't know why setting the ratio is breaking the whole thing. Did I change anything here? Super weird. Do you think we should change this to 1 FR? No. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Um, okay, for now I'm gonna keep it like this because I don't want to spend more time trying to debug this. But I don't know why it looked like that whenever we added a gap. That's not how it's supposed to work. But okay. Something with the ratio. But yeah, let's go with this for now. Not ideal, but oh well. Okay, so we're gonna start writing some code. I'm gonna actually publish this before even writing the code. Do you think it's an issue of the variant? I don't know. Maybe we can see live if we can find anything. Okay, I'm gonna put the link in chat in case anyone wants to follow along. So I like to test code in here in the console before adding it to Webflow, just to make sure that it's working before without publishing and going back and forth. So, okay, Webflow already gave them an ID, and they all have the same IDs. Why did Webflow give them an ID? It gave them an ID because I added it into a grid, probably. Can I not get rid of the ID? I'm gonna try to override it like this. Hopefully this stops. Okay. No weird ID now. Let me try adding a gap now. No, it's still broken. Okay, let's just go with this. All right, so we're gonna define a variable of all the cards. So I'm gonna do cards equals document.query selector all, and we'll select everything with the class of window. All right, so now we have all the cards. We'll do cards dot for each to loop through the cards. So for each card, we will get the door. So let's do door equals card dot query selector. And let me see what we called it, window door. This should be an underscore, but okay. Window door. And yeah, so we'll do card dot add event listener. We're gonna listen for clicks. And whenever someone clicks, we will go to the door, into the class list, and add cc open. Now this would probably not work. So let me click. I'm clicking here and it's not working. And the reason is that we made everything disabled by default just to avoid immediately being able to click. So we can already see immediately that we have a different cursor, and I click and it opens and we have the animation and everything. So very nice. So now we have the opening logic. It was that simple, just a few lines. Let me just show it again on this one, maybe. Boom. It opens. We have it like that. It's being the door is under the other card, but it's okay. But now we wanna get the current date, see what day of the month it is, and compare it to the numbers here. And if the current date is smaller than whatever the number on the cards is, we will keep it disabled. If the current date is equal or smaller than the current date, then we will allow them to be opened. And we basically just need to remove the disabled attribute. So in order to do that, can't see the full code. Wait, let me check. What am I doing? Oh, my face is in the way. Okay. Let me. Oops. Okay, maybe up here. Sorry for that. Okay. So we are getting all the cards. We are looping through the cards, and we're getting the door. And whenever the card is clicked, we open the door. We add a class that we created earlier called CCOpen. Now we need the date. So working with dates was a bit difficult in general in JavaScript, but it's a bit better now. And let's say const current date equals, you can just do new date, and we can look into this to see what we have. So current date, and it gives us this big date, the whole thing. So we can do things like, oh, cool, it already shows. So we have get date, get day, get full year, get hours, milliseconds. So these are very nice helpers. So we do get day, it gives us the exact number. The only problem is that it says 5, while here it says 6, because we are dealing with JavaScript, and with most coding languages, everything starts from 0 and then it goes to 1. So 0 is the first day, and then the second day is 1, and so on. So 5 means 6th day. Cool. So how do we use this to open these? Let me refresh to get rid of the old code. We're gonna go over here. All right. So we'll do const current date equals this dot get day. And we can do immediately +1 in here. So let me call it current day as well. So we don't have to do it at the loop. We just do it here immediately. And the current day will be the correct number that we need. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the date. We just need to look for the number here. So I'll do const number equals, let's see what we called the number class. So window number. So I'll do card dot query selector window number, and we'll do inner text immediately. So we get the the actual value of that number. And then let's do if number equals current day, sorry, is equal or smaller. Yeah. So if it's equal or less than the current day, we should add the event listener. But actually, let's reverse it. If the number is larger than the current day, we just return. So this is an early return to avoid nesting if statements. We just break the loop here. We don't break the loop, we just skip this one. So we tell it we don't need to continue here, just return and go to the next loop. So if we, if the number is greater than current day, we return. Otherwise, we'll do card dot remove attribute disabled. So we remove the disabled attribute, and then we add the click event listener. So I'm gonna run this. Let me copy it already. Okay, so we have the 6th of December. I can click on the 6th, it opened. I cannot open the 7th. I cannot open the 8th or anything after that. Maybe we need to check out this little blue issue here. And I can open everything before that. Cool. And that was like less than 10 lines of code. Just like that. Yeah, nice. So I think what I also want, let me just make this clickable really quick. Because I think this will look a bit weird if we open a wide one. Oh yeah. Let me run this on everything. It's not bad. Okay, yeah, we need to check the image. But yeah, I was thinking maybe we open it from the bottom, but it's pretty easy because we have the combo class. So all we would have to do is edit the combo class inside the variant. Yeah, let's add the code that we already have in here. And here, this is listening for load. We don't need to wait for scripts or anything. So we'll just do content loaded. We'll save this. And this is basically ready. Let me just fix the image issue we had with the wider ones. Let's hide this. Maybe we should have added a max width for the image, but nice. I think I'll do it on the base here. Yeah, much nicer. And I want to see what this one looks like. Nice. Okay. Oh, I just realized why we can't click them. Because it's disabled. Right, so Webflow is disabling me from clicking them. Oh my god. That's pretty crazy. I didn't consider that this would work like that. Okay, I'm gonna make it disabled again. All right, so this is basically done. We have 10 minutes left, so well, maybe if we want to do the, not allow cheaters to do it, we can uh, continue this next week. We can make it so that we get the rewards from a database like Xano, and so that the rewards won't be visible until we fetch them from Xano, but we will only fetch the correct amount of rewards from Xano, something like that. Let me make sure this is working. Fresh. All right, we can open all of these, and we cannot open further. Cool. So, I don't know, maybe you can fix the little blue thing visible from the bottom. Let's see. Oops. Can do one. How was it for whoever is still viewing? Yeah, we solved the little blue thing being visible at the bottom. So pretty much done. I guess we can try to figure out why whenever I add a gap to the grid, it starts pushing things out. But the main thing that I wanted to build is there. We have this 3D perspective on the cards. We can only open up until the current day. And yeah, how are we feeling? Should we do anything more to it? You liked it? Quite fun? I'm glad. Very happy to hear that. That was an interesting issue that we had, that if you set a button to disable, then it's not gonna, you won't be able to select it in Webflow. A very interesting problem that I didn't expect. I want to try doing this, and instead of rotating on this, make 0, I want to rotate this downwards. Hey man, sweet looking project. Thank you, Pierre. Good to see you here. I guess receiving the gift part is the only thing maybe that could be nice to add eventually. Yeah, I'm not sure what we could add as a gift. Let me just remove this class, and yeah, let's see if this works. Yeah, this opens downwards. So the idea is that instead of a gift, like if instead of the image of the gift, you could add like a link or like a code or something like that. I just added the image of the gift as an example. Can do some variation with these. Do a green one, red, pink. Green for GSAP, which we didn't really use, but we didn't really need it. Yeah, cool. Mm, So the problem with this one is that if there is anyone who is, a bit technical and knows how to open the inspect, they can just do this and delete elements, and they can view what is inside of these. So that's why next time we can do like a little server in Xano that will check the current date and will only send you the correct amount, and we can add the gifts only. We can only add the gifts that we receive from the server. We can do something like that if you want something very secure. But for most people, this would probably be more than enough for like just a playful thing. Uh, yeah. All right. So I don't really have anything else. Maybe we can chat about anything or for the next 4 minutes, or we can end it early. Um, I really want to check the advent of code at some point. Maybe we'll do it live. Maybe. I'm not sure how difficult these will be. But usually they're not very simple. It looks like they're drawing some kind of shape in the back. Yeah, I'll make this into a clonable for anyone is interested, although it's just this 15 lines of JavaScript and the build, so there's not too much, but yeah, can still be fun. Let's see what the responsive looks like. Okay, the numbers are a bit huge. Uh, Whoa. I'm debating whether I want to keep the 5 on mobile. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that works. Yeah. Maybe after the stream, I have to figure out what's going on with the gap. Because whenever I add a gap, this starts going a bit crazy. I don't know if anyone knows, like, Pierre, if you were still here, do you have any idea why this could be happening? It looks like it's the ratio, but if I remove the ratio, it kind of breaks everything because we don't have any set widths or heights. And I want to avoid setting a specific height. But it seems to be maybe the only next solution. Yes? You have an idea? Or do you mean yes, that it's just the ratio? Oh, is it fixed now? Oh. The height is needed? Yeah, I see. So we can't really use a ratio like this. But it's probably okay. I mean, let's check the larger screens. No. I need to figure out where this is now. Okay. Like, let's do 1600. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I would have preferred if these were square. Maybe you can try percentage. Oh, okay, percentage doesn't work. Uh, you could switch the ratio for 100% top padding and absolute. Oh yeah, old school. That could work. So we used to do with videos or specific aspect ratios. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Although it's a little too hacky for my liking, but I don't see. I don't know if we can do anything else. Hmm. But yeah, that's it for today. I'm gonna go have dinner, continue working. Maybe a calc in the height. You're thinking a calc? What would you calculate with, like screen width? Maybe container queries. I have to remember how it's set up. Like CSS container, not queries, container units. You know what I mean? The CQW, container queries. CQW. I remember that you need to do something to the container. Container. Okay, so container name, I guess. Container type. Inline size. Nice. Okay, maybe I'll quickly try it before I go. So it was something like container type, size, and container name, uh, calendar. And then here, what does it need? Cool project. See you around. Have a good weekend. Have a good weekend as well. Thank you for coming. Maybe if you cite everything in VW, CQW, including width height. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna quickly try. Uh, like calc. Actually, do we even need calc? We container this and like should be like 20 CQ. No? Wait, can I not use CQW? Let's do. Yeah, I guess that works. There we go. We solved it with some modern CSS. Very nice. We'll just reduce this. That's weird. At 13. Cool. I'm glad we got to fix that. Although, okay, now it's behaving weird again, but okay, it's working. Let's go. Let's go home. Go eat. Thank you everyone for coming. I really enjoyed building this. Hope you enjoyed it as well. And yeah, I'll be here again next week if anyone's interested. Next Friday, same time. Bye bye.